We are the Hebrew Israelites.
Okay.
We're definite Hebrew Israelites. But it was other things that went along with the curses that was put on our people in Deuteronomy 28 chapter. And then once you begin to see these things, you begin to understand why our people walk around in darkness as far as religious doctrine is concerned.
Shabbat Shalom. Our scripture reading for today is Psalms chapter 137, verses 1 through 3. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captivity required of us a song, and they that wasted us required us mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Our selection today, By the River of Babylon.
By the river of Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remembered Zion. By the river of Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remember Zion. When the wicked carried us away in captivity, required of us a song. How shall we sing our holy song in a strange land? When the wicked carried us away in captivity, required of us a song. How shall we sing our holy song in a strange land? So let the words of my mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, oh Yah. So let the words of my mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, oh Yah. By the river of Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remember Zion. By the river of
The oracles of the UCI, 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 7 through 11. But the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. And above all things have fervent love among yourselves, for love shall cover the multitude of sins. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. As every man has received the gift, even so minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold grace of Elohim. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Elohim. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Elohim gives, that Elohim in all things may be glorified through Yahshua the Mashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 29 through chapter 5 and verse 4. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of Elohim, whereby you are sealed until the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be you kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as Elohim for Yahshua's sake has forgiven you. Be you therefore followers of Elohim, as their children, and walk in love, as the Mashiach also have loved us, and has given himself for us an offering and sacrifice to Elohim for a sweet-smelling savor. But fornication, and all uncleanness, or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as become saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 1 and 2. Keep your foot when you go to the house of Elohim, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before Elohim. For Elohim is in heaven, and you upon earth, therefore let your words be few. Exodus chapter 23, verses 20 and 21. Behold, I send an angel before you, to keep you in the way, and to bring you into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. Revelations chapter 3, verses 20 through 22. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcomes will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I have also overcame and am sat down with my Father in his throne. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches.
All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Which is peace on Yahweh's holy Sabbath day. Welcome to another holy convocation that Yahweh has enjoined unto us here in this body of Yahshua. Now, in Matthew chapter 16, it says, Then said Yahshua unto his disciples, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross or his burden, and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited, if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? This is $1 million question. What will a man give in exchange for his soul? When you go out and look out in the earth and see what kind of cheap trinkets we have sold our soul for, it is absolutely pathetic. I mean, consider one selling his birthright because he was hungry at the moment. His entire legacy is changed because he was hungry at one moment. See, when we go through the act of keeping atonement and fasting for 24 hours, you're going to find you're going to be hungry several times throughout that 24-hour fast. And if you endure, you find that, oh man, it went away. Now I'm not even thinking about that which I thought was so important to me at that particular time. But if you don't have that together, you're going to sell your soul at your moment of need and then convince yourself that you got a good price. Now, in teaching on the last sermon, some believed, because we went into the scribes and Pharisees, that we were giving Hebrews a pass and saying that, no, you don't have to deal with the tithe and the offering. That is not what we were saying at all. You have to listen to what Yeshua said. He said, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites, for you pay tithe of anise and cumin, but have omitted the weightier matters of the law. Then he goes to the next step. These you ought to have done, and not to left the other undone. So he didn't say that they were hypocrites because they gave tithes. He says you're a hypocrite because they gave it and didn't do anything else. So when we deal with that, then people think that we're saying, no, you're not responsible for the tithe. Let me tell you something. When it comes down to this, Israel is more responsible than anybody on the planet. We forget that it says to the Jew first, then to the Gentile. So the punishment is going to come to the Jew first, then to the Gentile. Then your punishment is going to be given to you in the same setup that righteousness was given unto you, 7 times more. This is something that we need to consider. Let's start today's sermon in Exodus chapter 30. Exodus chapter 30, and we're going to read verses 11 through 16.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, when you taketh the sum of the children of Israel after their number, then shall they give every man a ransom for his soul unto Yah.
Wait a minute. Yeshua says, what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Yahweh had already had in the law that when it comes time for them to be numbered, they better have something for their soul. Now, this is something totally different. When he's saying this is something you are responsible for your soul. This is why numbering the children of Israel was a serious thing, because you become responsible. And he doesn't take any IOUs when he's talking about your soul. Ain't no soul IOU. And he didn't make it unattainable either. He didn't say you need to bring $10,000. That ain't what he said. See, what we don't understand is it is a showing of respect. We respect the people in the earth, but do not have respect for Yahweh. Because what Yahweh is interested in is our order. Are you respecting the order? It says, I'm going to bring all of the children of Israel out, but I'm going to cast out the rebels. They will not enter in. What we don't understand is you have witnessed some of the nicest rebels that you have ever seen in your life. We think they're rebels because they making all the noise. Rah, rah. No. The nice rebels, they speak soft. They smile at everybody. They're just not going to do a damn thing that Yahweh said do. They're rebels. But they're not mean. We have in our head the rebel of what a rebel is supposed to look like. So when we see a good, sweet old couple, we'll say, look at them good old people. And Yahweh said, look at them rebels. Why? Because they won't follow nothing he said do. But they're nice to everybody who passed by. This is why Yahweh took judgment out of our hands, because we don't know what we're doing. Exodus, go ahead, bro.
When you numbered them, that there be no plague among them, when you numbered them, verse 13, this they shall give. Every one that passes among them that are numbered, half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. A shekel is 20 gerahs, and half shekel should be the offering of Yah. Everyone that passes among them that are numbered, from 20 years old and above, should give an offering unto Yah.
Everyone someone that passes among them. If you walk by, first of all, you have to be a certain age. You have to be at the age of accountability. And at that age of accountability, if you come by, you better have a ransom for your soul. Otherwise, you're not walking by him. He said they don't even come up. Sit the young ones down. They're not going to come that close. But if they come close enough, they better have a ransom for their soul. Go ahead.
The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less.
Now wait a minute. Come on. Now you can't get no better than this. He said when it come down to your soul, the rich shall not give more, the poor shall not give less. Wait a minute. No. When we're talking about something for your soul, you better show up. But see, we get so confused between whether or not we going to serve the wood or the stone, whether we going to serve Sunday morning or Friday afternoon. Because, each one of them got a different day. Friday is Islam, Saturday is the Hebrews, Sunday is the Christian. So we get confused whether or not we going to deal with Friday afternoon or Sunday morning. So then what we say, you know what, I'm just not going to do nothing. Now you don't have a ransom for your soul. This is the trick of the devil. Either he can get you to go far left, far right, or just get you not to do anything at all. Go ahead, Brent.
The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel when they give an offering unto Yahweh to make an atonement for your souls. And you shall take the atonement money of the children of Israel and shall appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Now, this part is very important. And you shall take the atonement money of the children of Israel, and you shall appoint it for the service of the tabernacle. Wait a minute. So that the tabernacle is worked on, it is fixed, it is built the way Yahweh wants it to be. It has a purpose. But see, when we have our own purposes, we operate differently. Keep going.
That it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before Yahweh to make an atonement for your souls.
All right. Did you finish that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4. Because we need to get back to the original unaccepted offering. So when we talk about something about our soul, we don't understand how close music is to the children of Israel. So to the fact that there are priests that this is their job to sing. Well, go check Friday night and go check Sunday morning and see if they operate with that as a priestly duty. Now, consider what the adversary does to our musicians. They have to get initiated and have to go through all kind of foul things that make sure that they are on the other side of their God before they make it. And you know what we do? Sit at home and watch videos and say, I wish I was a star. Oh, if I'd have sung just a little harder. If I would have practiced my trombone just a little bit longer, I could have been a star. And when they ask you to come to that back room, now you don't want to be no star no more. Now, why you think they did that? See, they know how close the connection is between that and your God. And they need to defile what? Your offering. You don't understand what's going on. You just think you do. Go ahead, preach. Start that at verse 1.
And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I've gotten a man from Yahweh. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground.
Now, for this, I tell people to watch what it is that they're into in their life. Because the child that comes forth after they sin is Cain. Now, understand what kind of spirit he was born with. See, folk, I tell folk, go ahead and do whatever that is you want to do. Whatever you feel like you need to do in life. Just watch your little baby knuckles that come after you done whatever that was. And watch how they act. Do whatever that is you want to do. But just understand, it comes back. Go ahead.
And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yah. And Abel he also brought of the firstling of his flock and of the fat thereof.
There's a totally different spirit in one versus the other. Go ahead.
And Yahweh had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell.
If the offering wasn't that much of a big deal, why would Cain get so upset? He knows that this is a big deal, that it is not accepted. This is the first lesson that we ought to get. Y'all wouldn't have to accept something just because you brought it. What you think? Because you brought that Yahweh need to accept that? That's what you thought? Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto Cain, why are you angry? And why is your countenance fallen? If you does well, shall you not be accepted? And if you does not well, sin lies at the door.
Is that not righteous? He's asking, is this not righteous? Should I accept you just because you my creation? Should I accept you? But you haven't done right. Go ahead.
And unto you shall be his desire, and you shall rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel and his brother and slew him.
Because he's angry about the unaccepted offering. So the unaccepted offering has now led to murder. We still don't understand how important it is. But the very first thing jumping out the gate, an unaccepted offering and murder. Now, consider what all of the murders are about today. Most of the time they're fighting over a woman, some possession. We talking about the murder is over the unaccepted offering or the attention of their Elohim. We fighting over the attention of a woman. Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel your brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries unto me from the ground. And now are you cursed from the earth, which has opened her mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand.
Now, and Yahweh said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries unto me from the ground. Now, after he killed his brother, he said, his brother dead. He didn't know the blood kept talking. See, when we don't hear something, we figure it don't exist. See, when animals move and they move together, we have to understand, oh, they were talking. But because we didn't understand the language, you figure, well, them just dumb dogs. Well, I tell you what, how them dumb dogs knew to go together. And then, when it come time, they have a coordinated attack. Who told who? Go around the flank. Who in the hell said that? See, you just hear like, oh, okay, wait a minute. Wait, he was giving instructions. But when we don't hear it, we figure it wasn't done. That's the arrogance of man. When we don't understand something, it must don't exist. Go ahead.
When you tilleth the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto you her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall you be in the earth. And Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
The ones who commit murder always want mercy. The same thing that they wouldn't give to somebody else. It is absolutely amazing how much mercy a murderer asks for. When we get caught in something, we want mercy. Now, back up to a week before we got caught. Mercy wasn't even in our vocabulary. We didn't even know the word. We didn't have it for nobody. We wasn't considering it for nobody. But once we get in a bind, now we remember this word. I remember this word. What is that word? Mercy. Now all of a sudden we done discovered this new word, mercy. It's an old word that they used to say way back when. Oh, now you done retaught yourself this word, mercy. So let me tell you something. When we keep having forgetful memories about mercy, you know how Yahweh keep reminding you? He keep leading you to where you need some. Let's go to Malachi. Yeah. Oh, you don't forgot the word. There's a word. I'll take an E for 200, please. Mercy. Right. Okay. Yeah, he got a way of reminding you. Yeah. Malachi chapter 1. And let's read verses 1 through 14.
The burden of the word of Yah to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, says Yahweh, yet you say, wherein have you loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, says Yahweh, yet I loved Jacob?
Wait a minute. Yahweh says, I've loved you, says Yahweh, yet you say, wherein have you loved us? So we want to know, Yahweh, well, where are my flowers? You say you love me, want my chocolates. You ain't sung me no soft songs. You didn't turn the moon down low. You didn't let your hair down. Wherein have you loved us? Huh? Show me this love that you say you got for us, because I didn't see it. Go ahead.
And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
Wait a minute. Yahweh said, wait a minute. You didn't see my actions and understood that I love you? Wait a minute. We said, wherein have you loved us? He said, did not I love Jacob and hate Esau? You didn't see my dealings and see that I love you? Was you waiting on flowers? What was you waiting on? How is it you didn't know that I loved you? He still got to ask Israel the same question. We chips off the old block. We right here at the same time. It's like ain't nothing happened. Go ahead.
Whereas Edom says, we're impoverished, but we'll return and build the desolate places. Thus says Yahweh of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh has indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and you shall say, Yahweh will be magnified from the border of Israel. A son honors his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor?
Right.
And if I be a master,
where is the honor that you're supposed to have for me? See, you can say anything out of your mouth, but your actions show where your honor lies. Go ahead.
And if I be a master, where is my fare? Says Yahweh of hosts unto you. O priests that despise my name, and you say, wherein have we despised your name?
So wait a minute. So first, we got to ask about love. Now, when Yahweh said you have despised, which is then hatred, now we got to ask about hate too. See, that means we think we know what we're doing. The question is, how does Yahweh look at what we're doing? Because we still asking questions. Go ahead.
You offer polluted bread upon mine altar, and you say, wherein have we polluted you?
Right.
And that you say, the table of Yah is contemptible. And if you offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? And if you offer the lame and sick, is it not evil? Offer it now unto your governor. Will he be pleased with you or accept your person? Says Yahweh of hosts.
if you offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? All right. We have sacrifices that are way more than just what we give. What kind of service do we give when we say, all right, I commit to do this job? All right. How did you do it? Did you do it like you were blind? Did you do it like you were lame?
Well, I couldn't reach the whole table. I couldn't. So I wiped off the left side.
What? Oh, yeah, you did your job like you were sick.
I didn't cut all the grass. I cut the part in the shaded areas. Because it's hot out there.
Oh, so you did that job like you were sick. Oh, yeah. Something wrong with your offering. Go ahead.
And now, I pray you, beseech Elohim that he will be gracious unto us. This has been by your means, pardon me. Will he regard your persons, says Yahweh of hosts?
Wait a minute. Did he regard Cain's? Did he say, you are the creation of my creation, so I'm going to let it slide? He didn't regard his person. He held him accountable. Go ahead.
Who is there even among you that would shut the doors for naught? Neither do you kindle fire on mine altar for naught. I have no pleasure in you, says Yahweh of hosts. Neither will I accept an offering at your hand.
I have no pleasure in you, says Yahweh of hosts. Neither will I accept an offering at your hand. Go ahead.
For from the rising of the sun, even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. And in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering. For my name shall be great among the heathen, says Yahweh of hosts. But you have profaned it, in that you say, the table of Yahweh is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even his meat, is contemptible. You said also, behold, what a weariness is it, and you have snuffed at it, says Yahweh of hosts. And you brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. Thus you brought an offering. Should I accept this of your hand, says Yahweh? But cursed be the deceiver, which has in his flock a male.
Check this out. Listen to what he says. Start at verse 14 again.
But cursed be the deceiver, which has in his flock a male, and vows and sacrifices unto the Adonai a corrupt thing.
Wait a minute. Yahweh looks and say, you have something acceptable, but you made a vow and brought something that was worth trash. Then he says, curse be the deceiver. Wait a minute. A strange offering has now brought about a curse. Because in this offering, there was an attempt to deceive Yahweh. So now, he stands in the part of being the deceiver and cursed because of what he brought. Now, if he only had sick lambs, and he brought a sick lamb, Yahweh said that offering is accepted. This is how you can get yourself tore up dealing with Yahweh. Because you watch that man bring a lamb and it was limping. It ain't even. What is wrong with that thing? That thing, it don't. They're like, man, get that thing some Robitussin. This thing is sick. Yahweh says, no, I accept that. Why? Because that's the best he got. No, I accept that. Then the next man come and bring the same thing, and Yahweh said, curse be that deceiver, get him out of here. Wait a minute, I bet this was the same. I get, yeah. But I just passed by your barn and I saw what was in there. Take that and him and get it out of here. Go ahead.
For I'm a great king, says Yahweh of hosts.
I am a great king. Where is your honor? You wouldn't come to an earthly king with a sick lamb. Now imagine if your work that you offer is the sick lamb. You wouldn't do that when you're working, when you know you're working for a king. See, we know we're working for a king, but we don't get to see the king. What we do is we straighten up when we see the king. See, we those people that, we we all at the water cooler talking, jive, yeah, and then the manager coming around, hello, sir, how about that? Hello, sir. All of a sudden, we turn English. What happened? Oh, the manager showed up. Oh, so you need to see the king to do right. See, you can't do, see, when it says he has gone on a long journey. Oh, they say, oh, well, we ain't doing nothing until he come back. Hey, I'm telling you now. Oh, so he ain't going to even have no vineyard when he come back. Because you're not going to do nothing to keep up the vineyard because he's not here. Okay. Go ahead, bro.
For I'm a great king, says Yahweh of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen.
Right. That means he's going to make it to be respected. Let's go to Exodus chapter 3. And if he just accepts anything, what is his respect level going to be in the earth? When the people see, now wait a minute. Because the people take inventory too. The people say, wait a minute. Ain't that the dude with the Bentley that brought the lamb with the broke leg? Yeah, that's him. No. Now, Yahweh automatically has disrespect among all of those people. Remember what they said about Yahshua? They said, man, if this man was a prophet, he would know what manner of woman this is, for she is a sinner. How you know she a sinner? I was over there yesterday. Yeah, that's just, we don't talk about that. I'm just saying he should know. I'm saying he should know. Because, I know. I really, really know. I'm talking about I know it. I overknowed it. Right. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 3.
Start at verse 13.
And Moshe said unto Elohim, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The El of your fathers has sent me unto you. And they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them? And Elohim said unto Moshe, Yahweh. And he said, Thus shall you say unto the children of Israel, Yah has sent me unto you. And Elohim said,
Yah has sent me unto you. This is why I don't get into all those conversations about if it's Yahweh, if it's Yah this. It's Yah. The same thing that is written in Psalm 68. Yah is his name. Everything that comes after that is a statement of his power. I'm not finna have an erroneous argument because half of the people ain't gonna walk right anyway. So what's the difference of us arguing about the name and you gonna go and do some foolishness anyway? That's a wasted argument. If I want to hear some crap, I put my ear right to the toilet. I know where it come from. I don't need to sit here and listen to that. Read, man.
And Elohim said moreover unto Moshe, Thus shall you say unto the children of Israel, Yahweh Elohim of your fathers, the El of Abraham, the El of Esaac, and the El of Jacob, has sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say unto them, Yahweh Elohim of your fathers, the El of Abraham, of Esaac, and of Jacob, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you, and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I'll bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt unto the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, unto a land flowing with milk and honey.
But remember now, for you to have right to that land, you have to have some toil and some affliction in the land that he's going to give you. Israel's first captivity had nothing to do with wrongdoing. They were not even a nation yet. No, you had to earn that land. Even when Yahweh give you something, he don't just give it to you. Told Dawid, you're a king. Here it is. I'm going to anoint you. Now, go get the crown off his head. So Israel, that's your land. That land it flows with milk and honey. Now just go over there and get it. Go ahead.
And they shall hearken to your voice, and you shall come, you and the elders of Israel, unto the king of Egypt, and you shall say unto him, Yahweh Elohim of the Hebrews has met with us. And now let us go, we beseech you, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to Yahweh our Elohim.
Right, we got to have enough separation from the heathens. 3 days' journey. Sanctification come in threes. I need to be separated a space from you. Our problem is we don't want to be separated from the heathen. But we still want to be called the children of Israel.
Now I'm one of the children of Israel, but I do hang with the children of Lucifer from time to time. Because they throw the best parties. My God.
Right. Right. And that's the last one you want to hear from when you're there. Your God. Because you don't put him to the side. Please don't call me now. Please don't call me now. Because I don't want you to see this. Right. Go ahead.
And I'm sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go. No, not by a mighty hand. And I'll stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that, he will let you go. And I'll give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And it shall come to pass that when you go out, you shall not go out empty.
So our problem is we're trying to get the whole world right now. In the midst of captivity, we start counting what we ain't got, what they got, what them got, what these people got. I should have this by this time. In my life, I said I was going to be a millionaire by 25. You know, when you young and dumb, you have all these plans about life. You ain't know what life is. But in your mind, you done lifed this life. You done lifed it out.
By 28, I'm going to be on my third house.
Oh, yeah? You got quite a plan now. You got quite a plan. This plan, do you come up with all this yourself? Because this looks intricate. Yeah, that's what we do. We ain't asked at all, Yahweh, what do you want out of me? You know what we said? What do I want out of me? Correct?
But every woman shall borrow of her neighbor,
Uh-huh.
and of her that sojourns in her house, jewels of silver and jewels of gold, and raiment. And you shall put them upon your sons and upon your daughters, and you shall spoil the Egyptians.
All right. So Yahweh is giving you the payment for your labor. And we like, oh my goodness, I'm finna ball. We got jewels. We got all these things. But wait, before you spend everything he has given you, all right, let's go to Exodus chapter 25. Because see, at this point, we leaving Egypt, but we trying to stop by the Canaanite mall. we just on the way out, you know what I'm saying? Because I just got some rubies. You know, I'm trying to spend that. I'm trying to spend that. Right, okay. Just on the way, you know. So Moses, can we go the long way? Because there's this mall I heard about. Because these Jews is burning a hole in my pocket. All right. Exodus 25. Let's go to verses 1 through 9.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring me an offering of every man that gives it willingly with his heart. You shall make my offering.
Now, he has to give it willingly with his heart. All right. Keep going.
And this is the offering which you shall take of them, gold and silver and brass.
Wait a minute. How you just tell some ex-slaves that they need to bring gold and silver? You always say, I gave you gold and silver. Right before you live.
Oh, but I spent that at the Canaanite mall. I didn't know we was going to be building no places. I didn't know. I had already spent. That stuff was on sale. That stuff was on sale.
Oh, okay. So Yahweh had some desired intention out of some of those things. Interesting. Go ahead.
And blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and ram skins dyed red.
Now, understand how specific Yahweh is about the things that he wants. And I'm going to tell you, and we're going to read and see how different Jake is. But Yahweh is specific. He's telling you what he wants. Go ahead.
And ram skins dyed red, and badger skins, and shittim wood, oil for the light, spices for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod, and in the breastplate. And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them, according to all that I show you, after the pattern of the tabernacle, and the pattern of all the instruments thereof, even so shall you make it.
You shall follow the instructions given unto you. Now, we, especially men, we have a problem building by instruction. They give us a cabinet. They say, here go the instructions for the cabinet.
No, these instructions wrong.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You ain't looked at the instructions yet. No, I looked at the picture 20 times. Wait a minute. The picture only shows the outside. So, by the time we through building, it's 4 planks of wood and 16 bolts and 8 screws. And then here come your woman.
Baby, what's these?
Oh, that's extra. Sometimes they be putting extra stuff in there. You know. Right. Let her put a sweater in that top left drawer if she want to. Let's go to Numbers chapter 18. Numbers 18, and let's start at verse 1.
And Yahweh said unto Aaron, you and your sons in your father's house with you shall bear the lawlessness of the sanctuary, and you and your sons with you shall bear the lawlessness of your priesthood.
Bearing the lawlessness of the sanctuary and the priesthood. So, the things that they do wrong, you must offer an offering and make it right. We walk around constantly talking about how things are so unfair for us. You told them, this your job. All their lawlessness is going to be laid on you. Go ahead.
And your brethren also of the tribe of Levi, the tribe of your father, bring with you, that they may be joined unto you and minister unto you. But you and your sons with you shall minister before the tabernacle of witness. And they shall keep your charge, and the charge of all the tabernacle, only they shall not come near the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, that neither they nor you also die. And they shall be joined unto you, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation, for all the service of the tabernacle, and a stranger shall not come near unto you.
Now, when you have a charge, this is an appointment. This is your duty, your charge. They shall keep the charge with you. With that charge, you have to make sure things are done a certain way. Go ahead.
And you shall keep the charge of the sanctuary and the charge of the altar, that there be no wrath any more upon the children of Israel.
Wait a minute. So, you have to bear their lawlessness. But if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then wrath comes upon them. I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying. Okay. You are connected, but not directly. One causes the other person group a problem, and this one causes the other group a problem. So, when you do wrong, it does not directly affect you. This is what causes us to be so selfish. It takes a minute for your wrongdoing to make it all the way around the room to you. It affects somebody else first, and then somebody else, and then somebody else, and then somebody else, and then when it get to you,
Oh my goodness, it's a travesty.
Wait a minute. Well, how's this travesty now?
Because it made it to my house.
But you the one that let it out. It came from your house. It just went back the way it came from. Go ahead.
And I, behold, I have taken your brethren, the Levites, from among the children of Israel. To you they are given as a gift for Yahweh, to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Therefore you and your sons with you shall keep your priest office for everything of the altar, and within the veil, and you shall serve. I have given your priest office unto you as a service of gift, and the stranger that comes near shall be put to death.
All right, so then it's their job to make sure that stranger don't come nowhere near those things. Now, the stranger would get upset that they are keeping them away, but it's the stranger's life that they're saving. See, oftentimes, the people who you are trying to save are the ones who get the most angry with you. Go ahead.
And Yahweh spake unto Aaron, Behold, I also have given you the charge of mine heave offerings of all the hallowed things of the children of Israel. Unto you have I given them by reason of the anointing, and to your sons by an ordinance forever. This shall be yours of the most holy things, reserved from the fire. Every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, and every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be most holy for you and for your sons.
Right. If it's reserved from the fire, it's not burnt holy. Then those portions go to the priest, so that they will be taken care of. Go ahead.
In the most holy place shall you eat it. Every male shall eat it. It shall be holy unto you. And this is yours, the heave offering of their gift, with all the wave offerings of the children of Israel. I've given them unto you, and to your sons, and to your daughters with you, by a statute forever. Everyone that is clean in your house shall eat of it. All the best of the oil, and all the best of the wine, and of the wheat, the first fruits of them which they shall offer unto Yahweh, them have I given you. And whatsoever is first ripe in the land, which they shall bring unto Yahweh, shall be yours. Everyone that is clean in your house shall eat of it. Everything devoted in Israel shall be yours. Everything that opens the matrix in all flesh, which they bring unto Yahweh, whether it be of men or beasts, shall be yours. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shall you surely redeem, and the firstling of unclean beasts shall you redeem. And those that are to be redeemed from a month old shall you redeem, according to your estimation, for the money of 5 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 gerahs.
In other words, that firstborn has to have a redemption for its soul when it comes down to that. Go ahead.
For the firstling of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, you shall not redeem. They are holy. You shall sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and shall burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor unto Yah. And the flesh of them shall be yours, as the wave breast and as the right shoulder are yours. All the heave offerings of the holy things, which the children of Israel offer unto Yah, have I given you, and your sons and your daughters with you, by a statute forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before Yahweh, unto you and to your seed with you. And Yahweh spake unto Aaron, You shall have no inheritance in their land.
Wait a minute. So Yahweh is doing a lot of these things for them because they don't have a set land like every other tribe does. Go ahead.
Neither shall you have any part among them. I am your part and your inheritance among the children of Israel.
I am your part. I am your inheritance. Go ahead.
And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come near the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they shall bear their lawlessness. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, that among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. But the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer as an heave offering unto Yahweh, I have given to the Levites to inherit. Therefore I have said unto them, among the children of Israel they shall have no inheritance. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, when they take of the children of Israel the tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then you shall offer up an heave offering of it for Yahweh, even a 10th part of the tithe.
So wait a minute. So thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, when you take of the children of Israel the tithes, which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then you shall offer up a heave offering of it for Yahweh, even a 10th part of the tithe. So when the people don't offer the offering that they are supposed to, they are not affected one time, but they have two transgressions. Because when the priest does not have the offering unto Yahweh, Yahweh is going to wonder, why don't you have what you're supposed to have? Now, he's got to go back to those people. They have not just affected themselves, they have also affected the priesthood. Go ahead.
And this is your heave offering, and this your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, as though it were the corn of the threshing floor, and as the fullness of the winepress. Thus you also shall offer an heave offering unto Yahweh of all your tithes, which you receive of the children of Israel. And you shall give thereof Yahweh's heave offerings to Aaron the priest. Out of all your gifts you shall offer every heave offering of Yahweh, of all the best thereof, even the hallowed part thereof out of it.
Wait a minute. The best thereof. Yahweh don't want the things. If it does not mean anything to you, it don't mean anything to him either. Go ahead.
Therefore you shall say unto them, when you have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor, and as the increase of the winepress. And you shall eat it in every place, you and your households, for it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the congregation. And you shall bear no sin by reason of it, when you have heaved from it the best of it. Neither shall you pollute the holy things of the children of Israel, lest you die.
All right. Now, as we read in some of the parts before, especially when we start talking about the sanctuary, Yahweh was asking for specific things. All right? He has a certain need depending on what is taking place. Now, when we got ready to get this building, just to show, Yahweh says he's going to bring all of them out, right? But he's going to cast out the rebels. And one of the things that I told people, some of the rebels are the nicest people that you ever did want to see. They just won't follow order. So when we first start trying to get a building and we putting together money, a brother show up and just give us a water hose. Say, bro, what the hell we going to do with this? Well, I'm going to bring a water hose as the offering. Bro, we ain't got no place yet. What the hell we going to do with the water hose? But you see, there's a little bit more deception in that than what you originally see. See, as we are gathering funds to try to get a place, and the brother bring a water hose, what he's showing is he wants to be in complete control of his offering. See, if he bring money, he don't know what is done with the money. But if I bring the water hose, I can tell you can't do nothing but water the grass. The grass that we don't have. Because we ain't got no place yet. You see, this Yahweh said he wanted specific things. Jake gonna bring something that we can't do nothing with. I said, gather that right back up and take it right back out that door with you. We ain't got no place to put that. What we need that for? But there is something that the next one, as we got the building, because people didn't think we were going to get the building. So then once we got it, then the brother tried to put some meat receipts on the building. They said, well, they didn't believe we were going to do anything because a brother had reminded me, he said, man, you know, you had talked about them church places that have building funds, but they don't never get no building. So when I said we had a building fund, there was people that got worried. Something starts scamming. So now I heard this after a while. I didn't hear it right away because you know the stuff go to the left and then it come all back around and then it'll come to me. So the consensus was I was scamming. So they didn't want to put nothing in. Coincidentally, they were the first people who saw the building. And all of a sudden, these meat receipts start showing up from old holy days. Remember that time I bought that steak? Put that on the building. Put the steak on the building? How the hell we gonna put the steak on the building? Then I realized, oh, they rode by here one time, listening to me talk, saw that there was a place, and then went and got all their old meat receipts and said, put that on the building. And I was trying to figure out why are y'all running to do this now? Oh, because y'all didn't think we were going to do it. Now, once we did it, now you're going to try to go back in arrears and try to take care of that. See, this is the difference. Sometimes a rebel looks nice. Then, of course, one time, I don't know if you remember this. Remember the person said they had done bought some land and they were going to donate some land to the shush.
Yeah.
But what they really wanted was us to come out and work their land for free. I said, man, go play with somebody else. Don't play. Don't play here. And what they don't understand, there's a person that did this in this book and died. Ananias and Sapphira had a parcel of land, said they were going to donate it, but did some trickery. They don't realize I saved their life. We're not playing with that. Go elsewhere. Because had we got into that, they don't understand just how bad that could have turned out for them. See, we don't understand some of the things that we are dealing with. Let's go to 2 Chronicles chapter 31. Because see, the whole time we're dealing with this, Lucifer wants to mess up your offering anyway. Because he wants to set up a division between you and your Elohim. Second Chronicles chapter 31, and I want you to read verses 1 through 12.
Now when all this was finished, all Israel that were present went out to the cities of Yehuda and brake the images in pieces, and cut down the groves, and threw down the high places and the altars out of all Yehuda and Benjamin, and Ephraim also, and Manasseh, until they had utterly destroyed them all. Then all the children of Israel returned, every man to his possession, into their own cities. And Hezekiah appointed the courses of the priests and the Levites after their courses, every man according to his service, the priests and the Levites for burnt offerings and for peace offerings, to minister and to give thanks and to praise in the gates of the tents of Yahweh. He appointed also the king's portion of his substance for the burnt offerings, to wit, for the morning and the evening burnt offerings, and the burnt offerings for the Shabbats, and for the new moons, and for the set feast, as it is written in the law of Yahweh. Moreover, he commanded the people that dwelt in Jerusalem to give the portion of the priests and the Levites, that they might be encouraged in the law of Yah.
Moreover, he commanded the people that dwelt in Jerusalem to give the portion of the priests and the Levites, that they might be encouraged in the law. Go ahead.
And as soon as the commandment came abroad, the children of Israel brought in abundance the first fruits of corn, wine, and oil, and honey, and of all the increase of the field, and the tithes of all things brought they in abundance, brought in abundantly. And concerning the children of Israel and Yehuda that dwelt in the cities of Yehuda, they also brought in the tithes of oxen and sheep, and the tithes of the holy things which were consecrated unto Yahweh their Elohim, and laid them by heaps.
Now, understand, the adversary knows this book, so he knows what thing is going to cause you a problem. He's very slick. Go ahead.
In the 3rd month they began to lay the foundation of the heaps, and finished them in the 7th month. And when Hezekiah and the princes came and saw the heaps, they blessed Yahweh and his people Israel. Then Hezekiah questioned with the priests and the Levites concerning the heaps. And Azariah, the chief priest of the house of Zadok, answered him and said, Since the people began to bring the offerings into the house of Yahweh, we have had enough to eat, and have left plenty.
Wait a minute. Since the people have began to bring the offerings into the house of Yahweh, they don't get to just drop that off anywhere they want to. We have had enough to eat and have left plenty. Go ahead.
For Yahweh has blessed his people, and that which is left is this great store. Then Hezekiah commanded to prepare chambers in the house of Yahweh, and they prepared them, and brought in the offerings and the tithes and the dedicated things faithfully, over which Hananiah the Levite was ruler, and Shemaiah his brother was the next, and Yahiel and Azaziah and Nahath and Asahel and Yermoth and Jozabad and Eliel and Ishmachiah.
That's as far as I want to go. Let's go to Malachi chapter 3. Malachi chapter 3, and I want you to read verses 6 through 18.
For I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore you sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Yet people keep telling you that's that old God. Wait a minute. What is there a different one? He said, I didn't change. The same thing that he told us in Exodus from Moshe is the same thing Yahshua said in the New Testament. He told us that there was going to be another one. Go ahead.
Even from the days of your fathers, you are gone away from mine ordinances, and have not kept them. Return unto me, and I'll return unto you, says Yahweh of hosts. But you said, wherein shall we return? Will a man rob Elohim? Yet you have robbed me. But you say, wherein have we robbed you? In tithes and offerings. You are cursed with a curse, for you have robbed me, even this whole nation.
Now, Lucifer wants that to happen because you have to look at him as the slick in-between who pretends to be your friend, but he's actually trying to ruin the relationship between you and your God. So while your God is expecting an offering of you, what is Lucifer saying to you? So remember, in the beginning, what brought forth this switch? You shall not surely die. What is he doing? He needs to get in between Yahweh and his creation. Go ahead.
Bring you all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house. And prove me now herewith, says Yahweh of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it.
Right. Now, we have a problem accepting that because we watch the games that are played on Sunday morning. That's why we have a problem. We watch what happens on Sunday morning and we throw the baby out with the bathwater. We say the bathwater's dirty, well then the baby dirty too. Go ahead.
And I will rebuke the devourer for your sakes, and he shall not destroy the fruits of your ground. Neither shall your vine cast her fruit before the time in the field, says Yahweh of hosts. And all nations shall call you blessed, for you shall be a delightsome land, says Yahweh of hosts. Your words have been stout against me, says Yahweh, yet you say, what have we spoken so much against you? You have said, it is vain to serve Elohim, and what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before Yahweh of hosts.
Now, we're not going to say those exact words. What we're going to say is, man, many people have been talking about the end times. They don't need to be worried about that. That stuff ain't going to never come to pass. Let's just go ahead and enjoy ourselves. That's what they're going to say. It's not going to be these exact words. Go ahead.
And now we call the proud happy. Yea, they that work wickedness are set up. Yea, they that tempt Elohim are even delivered. Then they that feared Yahweh spake often one to another, And Yahweh hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared Yahweh and that thought upon his name.
Now, you need to consider how powerful it is when those that fear Yahweh speak to one another. See, when those that fear Yahweh are talking the same talk, now it sounds like music. It says, and then Yahweh heard it. What happens? It has to be enough. See, when everybody is under the same stress, all the priest's prayers are going to start to be the same. A priest in New York going to have the same prayer that a priest in St. Louis have, and a priest in Atlanta, priest in Florida. What's happening? When that weight get to be the same, we're not going to have individual prayers. We're going to not know each other and still pray for the same thing. Why? Because the weight the same. That's when Yahweh said, now this sounds like music. Now they singing the same note. Go ahead.
And they shall be mine, says Yahweh of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I'll spare them, as a man spares his own son that serves him. Then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serves Elohim and him that serves him not.
All right. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 24. Let's start with verses 1 through 4 and then jump to verse 10.
And again their anger of Yahweh was kindled against Israel. And he moved Dawid against them to say, go number Israel and Yehudah.
All right. Yahweh is angry with Israel, but moved the king. See, when you are responsible for something, Yahweh will make that fall on your shoulders whether you did it or not. He's angry with Israel, but he made Dawid do something so that he can then punish him for the thing that he does. If you want something easy, pick another job. So, you want to play with Yahweh, I'm trying to tell you. And the more things you're responsible for, the more opportunities for problems there are. So, Dawid is essentially visited by an evil angel. And he can't stop what he's doing to save his life. He can know it's wrong. I know this is wrong. But we're supposed to be there by 10. And I'm going to go ahead and leave now because I want to be early. Ain't nothing like doing wrong late. Right. Go ahead.
But the king said to Joab, the captain of the host, which was with him, go now through all the tribes of Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, and number you the people, that I may know the number of the people. And Joab said unto the king, now Yahweh Elohim add unto the people how many soever they be, 100-fold, and that the eyes of my master the king may see it. Well, why does my master the king delight in this thing?
Why do you delight in this thing? He know it's wrong, and this man wicked. This ain't even no good dude. And the bad dude know that this ain't good. This man, that man, you can do so much more. Why you want to know this? But remember now, in the beginning we read something that every man must give a ransom for his soul. All right, keep reading.
Notwithstanding, the king's word prevailed against Joab and against the captains of the host, and Joab and the captains of the host went out from the presence of the king to number the people of Israel.
This was that thing that you were mentioning before. I think you might have mentioned it in one of your class about how when you're giving orders, it's the orders that protect you. And this is how they operate in the military. All right? They said, what you doing over here? I receive orders. My orders said do such and such. All right. Joab said this thing was wrong. But he received orders from a higher authority. Joab is not mentioned in the discussion when this judgment comes, because he was following orders. All right, jump to verse 10.
Daweed's heart smote him after that he had numbered the people. And Dawed said unto Yahweh, I have sinned greatly in that I have done. And now I beseech you, O Yahweh, take away the lawlessness of your servant, for I have done very foolishly.
After he was finished, I don't know how far y'all done been in life, but pretty much anything, as soon as you're done, is when you know you shouldn't have done it. It's right at that moment that you should be at the peak of happiness. But this is when it hits you. I shouldn't even came over here. Here we go. Now, this is a smart man. He's very intelligent. And one of his generals told him, man, why do you want this? This is not a good thing to want. Why do you want this? Nonetheless, couldn't nobody stop it. Couldn't nobody stop it. Because this was being pushed by Yahweh. And it don't have anything to do directly with being angry with him. This is about Israel. But he is the king of Israel. So, since they have a problem, we have a problem. What's this we stuff? You keep looking at me. Yo, you looking at me? No, we have a problem. Well, we ain't got no problem. I ain't did nothing. No. They did something. So I'm finna make you do something. Go ahead.
For when Dawed was up in the morning, the word of Yahweh came unto the prophet Gad, Dawed's seer, saying,
Now, wasn't no word. This is when, he ought to have been worried. When no word of Yahweh coming the whole time, he was, and we don't even think about it. We don't even think about it. Word of Yahweh everywhere. Just, oh man, it's beautiful. The whole time he doing evil, Yahweh not talking at all. Soon as he get done, here comes the word of Yahweh. Right? Some of us, that's the only thing we waiting on. That's the only thing Yahweh waiting on. He waiting on you to finish. We keep thinking that Yahweh is in agreement. And you're like, no, you got two more. Go ahead. I want to see how you going to do this. Yeah, because I heard your plans. I was in there when you was planning it. I said, well, this ought to be interesting. Let me see. So we think Yahweh is okay. He's like, no. I want to see the conclusion of this matter. And then going to come the word of Yahweh. Go ahead.
Go and say unto Dawed, thus says Yahweh, I offer you three things. Choose you one of them, that I may do it unto you. So Gad came to Dawed and told him, and said unto him, Shall 7 years of famine come on to you in your land? Or will you flee 3 months before your enemies, while they pursue you? Or that there be 3 days pestilence in your land? Now advise, and see what answer I will return to him that sent me.
Now, it sounds like the way that this is given, man, it sounds like after 3 days. I mean, come on, you give me 7 years of one thing.
3 months.
3 months of another thing. And then 3 days of this pestilence you're talking about. All right, wait. 7 years, 3 months, 3 days. I take the 3 days then. That's the lesser one, right? No, it's not. Go ahead.
And Dawed said unto Gad, I'm in a great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of Yah, for his mercy are great, and let me not fall into the hand of man. So Yahweh sent the pestilence upon Israel from the morning even to the time appointed. And there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, Yahweh repented him of the evil and said to the angel that destroyed the people, It is enough.
It is enough. At some point, there is, as they start gathering those offerings, they end up saying to repair the house, they say it is enough. Okay, there is a point being made here. Yahweh said it is enough. 70,000 people dead. What is happening? Sounds like there's a blood quota that has to be made right here. Keep reading.
Stay now your hand. And the angel of Yahweh was by the threshing place of Arna the Jebusite.
Wait a minute. He was at a certain place. He was at a certain place when he reached that number. Go ahead.
Dowe spake unto Yahweh when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, Lo, I've sinned, and I've done wickedly.
Wait. And Dowe spake unto Yahweh when he saw the angel. Now, when nobody talking to him, the whole time he was out there numbering. When he gets finished, here comes the word of Yahweh. And then Yahweh let him see the angel who is destroying it. So the other people just see a sickness. He see the angel who's actually destroying the people. Go ahead.
I've sinned, and I've done wickedly. But these sheep, what have they done?
Now, look at that. How Yahweh take you in your innocence. He said, these sheep, what have they done? It was those sheep that Yahweh was angry with. It wasn't for him. But being the leader, he took it. Because he don't know no better anyway. He think it was him. Yahweh will lead you and make you think that it's you the whole time. It had nothing to do with you. Go ahead.
Let your hand, I pray you, be against me, and against my father's house. And Gad came that day to Dowe, and said unto him, Go up, rear an altar unto Yahweh in the threshing floor of Arna the Jebusite.
Right. He's picking the place, the site of his holy place. And he just sacrificed 70,000 of Israel to do it. Go ahead.
And Dowe, according to the saying of Gad, went up as Yahweh commanded. And Arna looked, and saw the king and his servants coming on toward him. And Arna went out, and bowed himself before the king on his face upon the ground. And Arna said, Wherefore is my master the king come to his servant? And Dowe said, To buy the threshing floor of you, to build an altar unto Yahweh, that the plague may be stayed from the people. And Arna said unto Dowe, Let my master the king take it, and offer up that which seems good unto him. Behold, here be oxen for burnt sacrifice, and threshing instruments, and other instruments of the oxen for wood. All these things did Arna, as a king gives unto the king. And Arna said unto the king, Yahweh your Elohim accept you. And the king said unto Arna, No, but I will surely buy it of you at a price. Neither will I offer burnt offerings unto Yahweh my Elohim of that which does cost me nothing.
Neither will I offer that to my Elohim which costs me nothing. If it don't mean nothing to you, it don't mean nothing to him either. He said, this is not a matter of money. You're giving me the land. He'll give instruments. He'll give oxen. But it's my offering. And it has to cost me. Otherwise, it is not a sacrifice if it don't mean nothing to me. Go ahead.
So Dowe bought the threshing floor and the oxen for 50 shekels of silver. And Dowe built there an altar unto Yahweh, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. So Yahweh was entreated for the land, and the plague was stayed from Israel.
Yahweh was entreated, and the plague ended. Let's go to Romans chapter 12. See, a lot of times we just think we're reading about some events. Wait until a plague come in your life, and you're going to learn how to apply the things that you're hearing. See, when ain't no plague happening in your life, you think,
There's a lot of good stories. There's a lot of good stories.
all right, wait till you get visited.
You're going to be like, I do recall my memory.
Okay, right. Romans chapter 12. And let's start at verse 1.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Elohim, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. I'm gonna need you to sit there for just a second. That your body is a living sacrifice. Now, it's a sacrifice. The blood is shed so that it may be offered as a sacrifice. But you being alive, depending on how you operate, can be a living sacrifice. Which one you think is better? The dead offering or the live offering? Go ahead.
Holy, acceptable unto Elohim, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Elohim.
And this is going to be most of your fight right there. Trying to be transformed into the renewing of your mind. Because the adversary, the devil, like to owe you. He helped build the old you. So every time you try to renew that mind, here come the devil with his old ways. Now, wait a minute. You won't surely die. You ain't got to do all that. What you ain't going to do all that for? Follow me. I know the place to go. Good.
For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as Elohim has dealt to every man the measure of faith. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we, being many, are one body in Yahshua, and every one members one of another. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teaches on teaching, or he that exhorts on exhortation, he that gives, let him do it with simplicity, he that rules with diligence, he that shows mercy with cheerfulness.
Right. How much simplicity do we operate in? See, we make things difficult. You know what? I agree to do this job, but I can't do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday or Sunday. What? You can't do it. Which days? What's those days again? Go ahead.
Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love.
Do we do that? Sometimes we are the most angry at our own brethren. Do we operate that way? See, this is why it says be careful, for some of you have entertained angels unawares. So while we walk around on an angry fest, what if he set an angel in your midst and you turn out and be nasty unto an angel of Yahweh, not knowing that he got the sword of Elohim and you can die right there. All the other people know if you just you got hurt, something happened. But if that's an angel and you mistreated him, what do you think he has the power to do? Yahweh didn't send him here without power. Go ahead.
In honor, preferring one another, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Adonai, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer, distributing to the necessity of saints, given to hospitality.
Distributing to the necessity of saints, not to the want of the saints. What do the saints need for their service? See, we didn't need that water hole. We didn't need that water hole. Why y'all tripping, man? Why y'all tripping? We did not need that water hose. Now, 7 months later, when we got a place, guess what? We could use that water hose. But are we supposed to carry around that damn water hose for 7 months? What? Well, we supposed to carry this water hose for 7 months, waiting for the time that it becomes useful. Where you at, bro?
That was it.
That was it. Go to let's go to Luke chapter 21. Luke chapter 21, and I want you to read verses 1 through 4.
And he looked up and saw the rich men casting their gifts into the treasury. And he saw also a certain poor widow casting in thither 2 mites.
Uh-huh.
And he said, of a truth I say unto you, that this poor widow has cast in more than they all.
Wait a minute. How she have 2 little measly mites, and she did more than everybody? See, this is how Yahweh knows how to weigh the differences in things. He said, oh, she gave the most to everybody. They're like, you talking about them little 2 little pennies? They ain't even clean pennies. It's them little 2 dusty things. Go ahead.
For all these have of their abundance cast in onto the offerings of Elohim.
Uh-huh.
But she of her penury has cast in all the living that she had.
All right. Now let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 9. See, Yahweh says he knows how to judge the difference between cattle and cattle. So just because something look the same don't mean that it is. This is why he warns us about looking on things after the appearance. You think you know what you're looking at, but that's not what it really is. That's why you have to sit down and wait. Eventually, the matter will be shown. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, and let's start at verse 1.
Am I not an apostle? Am I not free? Have I not seen Yahshua HaMashiach Adonai? Are not you my work in the Adonai? If I be not an apostle unto others, yet doubtless I am to you. For the seal of mine apostleship are you in the Adonai. Mine answer to them that do examine me is this: have we not power to eat and to drink? Have we not power to lead about a sister, a wife, as well as other apostles, and as the brethren of the Adonai and Cephas? Or I only and Barnabas? Have not we power to forbear working? Who goeth a warfare any time at his own charges? Who plants a vineyard and eats not of the fruit thereof? Or who feeds a flock and eats not of the milk of the flock? Say I these things as a man? Or saith not the law the same also? For it is written in the law of Moshe, you shall not muzzle the mouth of the ox that treads out the corn. Does Elohim take care for oxen?
So then he took the law, so that you understand the law part is in verse 9. For it is written in the law of Moshe, you shall not muzzle the mouth of the ox that treads out the corn. Now he asks, is Elohim talking about oxen? Now, all the statements that he's saying above that, he used to explain the one statement in the law. He had to put it in terms that they would understand. Go ahead.
Or saith he it altogether for our sakes? For our sakes, no doubt, this is written, that he that plows should plow in hope, and that he that thresheth in hope should be partaker of his hope. If we have sown unto you spiritual things, is it a great thing if we shall reap your carnal things?
Right. He didn't say we charging you for it, but he asked, is it a great thing if we have given you the spiritual things that you had no way of getting? Is it a big thing? Go ahead.
If others be partakers of this power over you, are not we rather?
Right. We'll give others that power over us. See? We join little groups and we pay our dues on time for each one of them groups that we join. And won't gripe about nan penny. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, we have not used this power, but suffer all things, lest we should hinder the gospel of Yahshua. Do you not know that they which minister about holy things live of the things of the temple, and they which wait at the altar are partakers with the altar?
Mm-hmm.
Even so has the Adonai ordained that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel.
Uh-huh.
But I have used none of these things, neither have I written these things, that it should be so done unto me.
He says, wait a minute. I have the right to do this, but I didn't. Go ahead.
For it were better for me to die than that any man should make my glorying void. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. For if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me.
Uh-huh.
What is my reward then? Verily that, when I preach the gospel, I may make the gospel of Yahshua without charge, that I abuse not my power in the gospel.
Right. But that don't mean because he didn't charge. He said, is it a great thing that we shall reap of your carnal things? But see, we teach people how to rule over us. He says, well, wait a minute. Others have had this power over you. What are you talking about? Wait a minute. When we went on Sunday morning, they gave us 3 scriptures. Still ask for a tithe. And then charge us $49.99 for the rest of the teaching. Because see, you got a sampler. You got a sampler. You got a part of 3 scriptures because you didn't get the whole 3 scriptures. You got a part out of each one. They require the offering. And still, to get the full teaching, you need to go to buy the DVD. He said, wait a minute, these people had that power over you and you didn't say a thing about it. Go ahead.
For though I be free from all men, yet have I made myself servant unto all, that I might gain the more.
Right. He says, I didn't do this over you. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 5. 2 Kings chapter 5, and I want you to read verses 20 through 27.
But Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of Elohim, said, Behold, my master has spared Naaman this Syrian, and not receiving at his hands that which he brought. But as Yahweh lives, I'll run after him.
Right.
Take
He
somewhat
says,
of him.
this man need to pay. This man got blessed. He got healed, so he need to pay. Go ahead.
So Gehazi followed after Naaman. And when Naaman saw him running after him, he lighted down from the chariot to meet him and said, Is all well? And he said, All is well. My master has sent me, saying, Behold, even now there be come to me from Mount Ephraim 2 young men of the sons of the prophets. Give them, I pray you, a talent of silver and 2 changes of garments. And Naaman said, Be content, take 2 talents. And he urged him, and bound 2 talents of silver in 2 bags with 2 changes of garments, and laid them upon 2 of his servants, and they buried them before him. And when he came to the tower, he took them from their hand, and bestowed them in the house, and he let the men go, and they departed. But he went in, and stood before his master. And Elisha said unto him, Whence cometh you, Gehazi?
Now, this is one of those rhetorical questions. You already know the answer. So where you been? But just like when we have a problem with the offering, he answers the same way Cain answers. Go ahead.
And he said, Your servant went no whither.
I ain't went nowhere. He lying. Same thing Cain did. Go ahead.
And he said unto him, Went not my heart with you, When the man turned again from his chariot to meet you, is it a time to receive money and to receive garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and men servants and maid servants? The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto you and unto your seed forever.
Why? Why? Okay, the leprosy of Naaman goes to him now, and it shall be in his house forever. Why? He took an offering from the man. Now he also receives the problem that the man had. We don't be paying attention. We do not be paying attention. He just went and got the man problems. That's what he got. He thought he was finna get some clothes. He said, boy, I'm gonna look fly. What he received was that man's problem. We think the problem is gone. He's been healed. That problem just sitting there floating. And once he received an offering at that man's hand, he received that man's problem. Go ahead, brother. You finish that?
And he went out from his presence a leper, as white as snow.
All right. So then let's go and read 2 Chronicles chapter 26, because, you know, we have to read about the white Israelites, because there go a white one right there. See, you don't have but a couple places, and I've said this before, where they always talking about people with cursed black, but I can read this book and tell you what people with cursed white, because it said he was leprous as snow. Mm-hmm. Now this next one about to turn leprous as snow too. And what's interesting, they still got something to do with offering. Each one of those times, it has something to do with an offering. 2 Chronicles chapter 26, and let's start at verse 16.
But when he was strong, his heart was lifted up to his destruction, for he transgressed against Yahweh his Elohim, and went into the temple of Yahweh to burn incense upon the altar of incense.
Now understand something. This man had been a king for something like 52 years. He started being a king when he was like 16 or something. He had done right a majority of his time. But you have to understand in verse 16, but when he was strong, his heart was lifted up. He had done some really, really good things. But then his heart got lifted up. Go ahead.
And Azariah the priest went in after him, and with him 80 priests of Yahweh that were valiant men. And they withstood Uzziah the king, and said unto him, It appertaineth not unto you, Uzziah, to burn incense unto Yahweh, but to the priests, the sons of Aaron.
Right. They're letting them know that you don't have authority here. I understand that you're king. You do not have authority here. Go ahead.
That are consecrated to burn incense. Go out of the sanctuary, for you have trespassed. Neither shall it be for your honor from Yahweh your Elohim.
Right. He's not going to accept that. So you need to go ahead and get on out of here. Go ahead.
Then Uzziah was angry, and had a censer in his hand to burn incense.
He is angry that they had the audacity to tell the king that he didn't have any business being in there. Go ahead.
And while he was angry with the priest, the leprosy even rose up in his forehead before the priest in the house of Yahweh, from beside the incense altar. And Azariah the chief priest and all the priests looked upon him, and behold, he was leprous in his forehead. And they thrust him out from thence. Yea, himself hasted also to go out, because Yahweh had smitten him. And Uzziah the king was a leper unto the day of his death, and dwelt in a several house, being a leper, for he was cut off from the house of Yahweh, and Jotham his son was over the king's house, judging the people of the land. Now the rest of the acts of Uzziah, first and last, did Esaias the prophet, the son of Amoz, write.
Now understand, because he tried to do an offering that wasn't his job, he was then given this leprosy, which made sure he could never come back into the house ever again. Let's go to Acts chapter 8. So we have two of these times that these people are of Israel, but were cursed, leprous as snow. And they both had the same thing in common. Acts chapter 8, and I want you to start at verse 9.
But there was a certain man called Simeon, which before time in the same city used sorcery, and bewitched the people of Samaria, giving out that himself was some great one, to whom they all gave heed, from the least to the greatest, saying, This man is the great power of Elohim. And to him they had regard, because that of long time he had bewitched them with sorceries. But when they had believed Philip, preaching the things concerning the kingdom of Elohim and the name of Yahshua HaMashiach, they were baptized, both men and women. Then Simeon himself believed also, and when he was baptized, he continued with Philip, and wondered, beholding the miracles and signs which were done.
So now he has gotten baptized, he believes, but he still is an ex-sorcerer. Go ahead.
Now when the apostles which were at Jerusalem heard that Samaria had received the word of Elohim, they sent on to them Cephas and Johanan, who when they were come down prayed for them, that they might receive the Holy Spirit. For as yet he was fallen upon none of them, only they were baptized in the name of the Adonai Yahshua HaMashiach. Then laid they their hands on them, and they received the Holy Spirit. And when Simeon saw that through the laying on of the apostles' hands the Holy Spirit was given, he offered them money, saying, Give me also this power, that on whomsoever I lay hands, he may receive the Holy Spirit. But Cephas said unto him, Your money perish with you, because you have thought that the gift of Elohim may be purchased with money.
Now, here was the sorcerer in him coming right back. He said, look at man, if I get this, look at, I give you some money. I can make a lot of money with this. This will make me great. Let me buy that gift from you. Go ahead.
You have neither part nor lot in this matter, for your heart is not right in the sight of Elohim.
Wait a minute. Because of what he offered for the gift, they were able to discern that his heart wasn't right. Go ahead.
Repent therefore of this your wickedness, and pray Elohim, if perhaps the thought of your heart may be forgiven you. For I perceive that you are in the gall of bitterness and in the bond of lawlessness.
All right. I perceive this. Why? Because of the things that have been shown. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 15. And remember, we talked about earlier some of the nicest rebels. Because see, we read where Yahweh is going to purge out all the children of Israel, but he's going to separate the rebels from among them, and those rebels will not go in. But we have to be prepared to see some very nice rebels. Second Samuel chapter 15, and let's read verses 1 through 10.
And it came to pass after this, that Absalom prepared him chariots and horses, and 50 men to run before him. And Absalom rose up early, and stood beside the way of the gate. And it was so, that when any man that had a controversy came to the king for judgment, then Absalom called unto him, and said, Of what city are you? And he said, Your servant is of one of the tribes of Israel.
So it didn't matter where he was from. He just asked him. Keep going.
And Absalom said unto him, See, your matters are good and right, but there is no man deputied of the king to hear you.
Wait a minute. See, your matters are good and right. How is everybody's matters going to be good and right? See, right now, he is searching for a position. And he's given the good old ancient gift, acceptance. Go ahead.
Absalom said, moreover, Oh, that I were made judge in the land.
Oh, that I were made judge. Go ahead.
That every man which has any suit or cause might come unto me, and I would do him justice.
Uh-huh.
And it was so, that when any man came near to him to do him obeisance, he put forth his hand, and took him, and kissed him. And on this manner did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom stole the hearts of the men of Israel.
He had an ulterior motive. The whole time he was nice. He jumped out and hugged and kissed the people. The whole time he's stealing the hearts of the people because he got a plan. But he needed to be in position to execute the plan. Go ahead.
And it came to pass after 40 years that Absalom said unto the king, I pray you, let me go and pay my vow, which I have vowed unto Yahweh in Hebron. For your servant vowed a vow while I abode in Geshur in Syria, saying, if Yahweh shall bring me again indeed to Jerusalem, then I will serve Yahweh.
Now, and it's talking about the 40 years of David's rule, not specifically him. Go ahead.
And the king said unto him, go in peace. So he arose and went to Hebron.
You'll find that most of the leadership lasts 40 years. So at this point, he knows it's about time for the kingdom to change hands. See, you got to understand what's going on. So as he's stealing the hearts of the people, he's giving them the ultimate gift, the gift of acceptance, that a man in a royal house would come down to your level, hug and kiss you, and tell you your matters are just and right. Even before him, they're still just and right. And we ain't got sense enough to know
Something ain't right about this.
because we like the acceptance. Go ahead.
But Absalom sent spies throughout all the tribes of Israel, saying, as soon as you hear the sound of the trumpet, then you shall say, Absalom reigns in Hebron.
So while he hugging everybody and kissing them, he's setting them up. He need for them to believe in him. And he plays the long game because this takes a while. We would see somebody say, you know what, they've been nice. They've been really nice. Right. He's a very nice rebel. And he sits there, calm, smiling, seems humble. He's not humble at all. Go ahead.
That was it. Verse
So,
10.
what does he do? Eventually, he makes his play against his father and says, I am the man to be made king. But how did he get them in that position? He got them in the position because of all the hugging and kissing and the acceptance, and it looked like he was good. Let's go to Nehemiah chapter 4. Are we prepared for that? At some point, the nations are going to realize who you are. What you gonna do when all of a sudden the people who wouldn't give you the time of day on a digital watch all of a sudden tell you you're the best thing since sliced bread? What you gonna do? Now, everybody say they gonna remain a certain way. But that acceptance gets us in deep trouble. Nehemiah chapter 4, let's start at verse 1.
But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we built the wall, he was angry and took great indignation and mocked the Yehudims. And he spake before his brethren and the army of Samaria and said, what do these feeble Yehudims? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burnt? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and said, even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone wall.
Now, so the first thing that the enemy has to do is to tell you that what you building is going to fall down. So first, they have to get into your mind so that you have low self-esteem about the job that you're doing. Go ahead.
Hear, O our Elohim, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity. And cover not their lawlessness, and let not their sin be blotted out from before you, for they have provoked you to anger before the builders. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very angry.
Now, whoa. Then they was angry that there was work being done. Once he gets to a certain level, they are very angry. And they want to stop this work. Because what's going to happen? They're going to have a connection back with their Elohim. They're going to be able to offer their work, their tithe of their time and of their resource unto their Elohim. Their enemies did not want that. So they first try to get in their head. Go ahead.
And conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our Elohim, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. And Yehuda said, the strength of the bearers of the burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. And our adversaries said, they shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst among them, and slay them, and cause the work to cease. And it came to pass, that when the Yehudims which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, from all places whence you shall return unto us, they will be upon you. Therefore set I in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places I even set the people after their families, with their swords, their spears, and their bows.
So, first, they tried with the low self-esteem method. That didn't work, so then they tried with fear. So now they got to work with weapons. Go ahead.
And I looked, and rose up, and said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, be not you afraid of them. Remember the Adonai, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons, and your daughters, your wives, and your houses. And it came to pass, when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and Elohim had brought their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. And it came to pass from that time forth, that the half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both the spears, the shields, and the bows, and the habergeons, and the rulers were behind all the house of Yehuda.
So then they had to separate the work. They had to build a security force. They had to make a security team so that they can do the work. That work could have got done twice as fast if everybody was able to work. But because of the threats, they got to have a security team. Go ahead.
They which built on the wall, and they that bear burdens with those that laid it, every one with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon.
All right, now let's jump to chapter 6. And start at verse 1 for me.
Now it came to pass, when Sanballat and Tobiah and Geshem the Arabian, and the rest of our enemies heard that I had built the wall, and that there was no breach left therein, though at that time I had not set up the doors upon the gates, that Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, come, let us meet together in some one of the villages in the plain of Ono. But they thought to do me mischief.
All right. So they tried to give low self-esteem. They tried with fear. And now they're going to try the deception part of trying to talk them out of the work. Now, if you remember, the people who were And it's funny because in most of that we was, a part of that. We had to repair a wall. Out back we doing things, and all of a sudden there was an individual that started going to each person trying to talk them out of the work. Yahweh gonna make you deal with every last bit of these things. The question is, will you recognize it when it comes to you? And to each person, it was a different story. It was whatever their life was. So for one brother, he said, don't you know you got a family? Like he needed to be reminded that he had a family. You spending too much time here. To the next brother, it was something else. To each brother, it was something different so that they would be persuaded to stop the service. We think we're dealing with men. That was a spirit that used that man to do the same thing that was happening in this book. Go ahead.
And I sent messengers on to them, saying, I'm doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease, whilst I leave it and come down to you? Yet they sent on to me 4 times after this sort.
4 times. Look at the dedication. All because if you set this up, they're going to have a connection to their Elohim. I was looking at some old pictures, man, looking at the place where we was, the big concrete lot. There are works that are here that did not exist in the place where we were. They did not exist. If they set this up, they're going to make a way that they can get closer to their Elohim. So Lucifer has to send somebody to try to stop it. Go ahead.
And I answered them after the same manner. Then sent Sanballat his servant on to me in like manner the 5th time with an open letter in his hand, wherein was written, It is reported among the heathen, and Gashmu says it, that you and the Yehudims think to rebel. For which cause you builded the wall, that you may be their king, according to these words.
So then now, here's another part of the deception. You're going to be their king. No. So now he's got to make it to where this person is magnifying himself by the rebuilding of the wall. Man, I'm trying to tell you, if you read the book, you're going to recognize your life. Go ahead.
And you have also appointed prophets to preach of you at Jerusalem, saying, There's a king in Yehuda, and now shall it be reported to the king according to these words. Come now, therefore, and let us take counsel together. Then I sent on to him, saying, There are no such things done as you said, but you feigned them out of your own heart.
They in your own mind. Go ahead.
For they all made us afraid, saying, Their hands shall be weakened from the work, that it be not done. Now therefore, O Elohim, strengthen my hands. Afterward I came unto the house of Shemaiah, the son of Deliah, the son of Methabiel, who was shut up. And he said, Let us meet together in the house of Elohim, within the temple, and let us shut the doors of the temple, for they will come to slay you. Yea, in the night they will come to slay you. And I said, Should such a man as I flee? And who is there?
Should I run? Should I run? Go ahead.
And who is there that, being as I am, would go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in. And lo, I perceived that Elohim had not sent him, but that he pronounced this prophecy against me, for Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him.
Wait a minute. So when fear didn't work, when all the other tactics didn't work, they hired a false prophet. Go ahead.
Therefore was he hired, that I should be afraid, and do so, and sin, and that they might have matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me.
Now wait a minute. He claimed, so that you can become a king. This is the temple. He tried to turn the priest into a ruler so that he could use that against him. But he knows if they get this set up, they're going to have an avenue to get closer to their Elohim. Go ahead.
My Elohim, think you upon Tobiah and Sanballat, according to these their works, and on the prophetess Noadiah, and the rest of the prophets that would have put me in fear.
All right. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 16. And I want you to read verses 13 through 17.
You shall observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days. After that you have gathered in your corn and your wine. And you shall rejoice in your feast, you and your son, and your daughter, and your manservant, and your maidservant, and the Levite, the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow that are within your gates. 7 days shall you keep a solemn feast unto Yahweh your Elohim in the place which Yahweh shall choose. Because Yahweh Elohim shall bless you in all your increase and in all the works of your hands. Therefore you shall surely rejoice. 3 times in a year shall all your males appear before Yahweh your Elohim in the place which he shall choose.
Wait a minute, wait. In the place which he shall choose. So the enemies of Israel are trying to make sure that he doesn't restore the place. All right? Go ahead.
In the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before Yahweh empty. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of Yahweh Elohim, which he has given you.
And they shall not appear before him empty. Well, if they keep the house from being built, they're showing up empty. Okay. I want to read something to you in Acts chapter 20 and verse 28. It says, take heed therefore unto yourselves, and to all the flock over the which the Holy Spirit hath made you overseers, to feed the church of Elohim, which he has purchased with his own blood. If he paid with blood, how do you have nothing? Remember now, he tried to get out of this payment. He said, Father, is there any other way? He understood that Yahweh's answer was no. And he said, all right, come on. He that betrays me is on his way. Let's go ahead and do it. Ain't no other way around it. I got to pay for this. But the adversary is slick. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 9. We got about 2 more things that we're going to read. 2 Corinthians chapter 9. See, Lucifer don't make the attack direct. It's an indirect attack. So you're focusing on that he's stopping you from trying to set up the wall. What he's trying to stop you from doing is having an offering and a connection to your Elohim. You're putting your focus on trying to keep doing what he's stopping you from, but you don't understand why he's trying to stop it. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, let's start at verse 6.
But this I say, he which sows sparingly shall reap also sparingly. And he which sows bountifully shall reap also bountifully.
So the adversary, the devil, saying, I can affect what comes to them because I'm going to cut them off from being able to offer. Go ahead.
Every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for Elohim loves a cheerful giver.
Right. If that's the way that it's brought, it won't be accepted anyway. You can go ahead and keep that. Go ahead.
And Elohim is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you, always having all sufficiency in all things, may abound to every good work. As it is written, he has dispersed abroad, he has given to the poor, his righteousness remains forever. Now he that ministereth seed to the sower, both minister bread for your food, and multiply your seed sown, and increase the fruits of your righteousness, being enriched in everything to all bountifulness, which causes through us thanksgiving to Elohim. For the administration of his service not only supplies the want of the saints, but is abundant also by many thanksgiving unto Elohim. Whilst by the experiment of this ministration they glorify Elohim for your professed subjection unto the gospel of the Mashiach, and for your liberal distribution unto them and unto all men. And by their prayer for you, which long after you for the exceeding grace of Elohim in you. Thanks be unto Elohim for his unspeakable gift.
For his unspeakable gift. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 6. And we're going to read a few verses out of this. 1 Corinthians chapter 6. And I want you to read verses 15 through 20.
Now you know that your bodies are the members of Yahshua. Shall I then take the members of Yahshua and make them the members of an harlot? Elohim forbid.
Now wait a minute. It says, we read that to make your body a living sacrifice. Go ahead.
What? Know you not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body? For two says he, shall be one flesh. But he that is joined unto the Adonai is one spirit. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man does is without the body, but he that commits fornication sins against his own body. What? Know you not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit which is in you?
Do you not know that? Go ahead.
Which you have of Elohim, and you are not your own?
You are not your own. Wait a minute. He said he paid for this with his own blood. How you going to show up empty? But now remember now, the adversary of the devil made sure that they went through every means for them not to build that temple. Do you think he going to stop there? So then the adversary just goes to the next level. You know what? I know what to do. Give him a woman. Give him a woman. That's going to separate. It worked in the garden. When he got that woman, he didn't focus on his God. You think he going to stop at these methods? Do you not think he going to go to the next level? Go ahead.
For you are bought with a price, therefore glorify Elohim in your body.
Wait a minute. You were bought with a price. How does something that was purchased show up with nothing? You have no time. You have no offering. You have no nothing. You were purchased. Go ahead.
And in your spirit, which are Elohim's.
All right. Let us hear the conclusion of this matter. Let's go to Matthew chapter 4. See, the adversary is very well versed. You're not going to study enough to beat him with scripture. If that's what you're trying to do, I can tell you fighting a losing battle. Anyone who's bold enough to play battle script with Yahshua, you got to know that that's a fight you can't fight. And you can't fight it like that. Because for every scripture you go to, he's going to go to another one that'll confuse you more than the one you read. Matthew chapter 4, and let's read verses 1 through 10.
Then was Yahshua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if you be the son of Elohim, command that these stones be made bread.
Right. There's no difference. Yahshua is trying to set up the temple. Here comes the adversary to try to shut down the building process. Go ahead.
But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Elohim.
Right. So they playing battle script at this point. He mentions a scripture out of context. Yeshua puts it back into context. Go ahead.
Then the devil takes him up into the holy city and sets him on a pinnacle of the temple and says unto him, if you be the son of Elohim, cast yourself down. For it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning you, and in their hands they shall bear you up, lest at any time you dash your foot against a stone. Yahshua said unto him, it is written again, you shall not tempt the Adonai your Elohim. Again the devil takes him up into an exceeding high mountain, and shows him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and says unto him, all these things will I give you.
He says, I will give these things to you. Go ahead.
If you will fall down and worship me. Then says Yahshua unto him,
now listen to the reply.
get you hence, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Adonai your Elohim, and him only shall you serve.
Right. Lucifer's statement didn't have serve nowhere in it. Just worship. Go ahead. Was that it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Yahshua's reply, excuse me, said exactly what Satan was attempting to convey. Yahshua said, him only shall you serve. Satan mentioned worship. He does not require obedience. Satan only does not require an offering. He says he will give you riches. All one has to do is sell his soul to Satan. And you do that by falling down and worshiping, not serving. This price includes no money from the individual. So it's a good deal if one looks at upfront prices. But in the long run, this no money down deal offered by Satan has astronomical compound interest. And this debt can only be paid for in the lake that burns with fire and brimstone. That's all that we're going to do for today. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.